Okay, good morning and welcome to another episode of Business Spotlight. I'm sitting down with Charlie Clarke from Empire Virtual Support. Welcome.
Thank you.
Very good to have you here. So tell us a bit about your business.
Yeah. So Empire Virtual Support is my business baby. It's about 5 years old, and we are a team of virtual specialists. So not just your standard virtual assistants, but each person has a very specific skill set so that businesses can come to us and know they're going to get someone to work on their projects who actually knows what they're doing rather than just a generalist VA.
Nice. You've carved out a nice niche there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So what's the genesis story? Why did you start the business?
Yeah, well, like a lot of women around my age, just flexibility and having a family just wasn't a thing that kind of existed so much before COVID. Ironically, the flexibility I needed was nothing compared to what people are doing now. But yeah, had a baby and they weren't able to give me as much flexibility as I wanted. So I decided to just sort of do my own thing. Didn't really have aspirations of having a big business. I was just going to be a little freelancer on the side, but then ambition took over and here we are.
Excellent. And what's the journey been like so far since starting it?
Good. There's been hard times, like during the 5 years I've had it, I was pregnant again and I had very complicated pregnancy, so that was quite difficult to kind of keep the business going because I'd worked so hard to get it that far, but thankfully I did. I think the journey COVID has ironically helped us very much, a point in time when the world has realized that remote work is legit. It can work. It can, before COVID people were always like, oh, working from home, whereas now everyone does it, so our offering just comes more naturally to people to engage it as a service.
Excellent. And what's your customer base like? Is there a typical client, or how would you describe them?
Industry-wise, not typical, anyone and everything. But in terms of size, I'd say most of our clients are kind of 1 to 10 employees. But starting to move into the slightly bigger companies. With those ones, it's more, middle management, head of department who's seeking our support rather than the business owner.
Yep. Interesting. And what's the value they get from your business? Why do they sign on and why do they stay?
Well, the most commonly given reason for getting a virtual assistant is time, because they get their time back to do other things. But it's not just that. It's, yes, their time can be spent being the visionary and doing strategy and BD and all the stuff that's going to be more revenue generating. But it's also, if they don't have the skills and they don't have the headcount or desire to hire an employee, they can come to us. Maybe they don't have the will to do the things. They might know how to do them, they just don't want to, because we all get to a point in our business where we don't want to do the minutiae and the cogs behind the scenes. So there's a few different catalysts. I always just say time, skill, will. Those are the 3 main reasons people turn up on my doorstep.
Nice. Time, skill, will. Very, very succinct. Very succinct. Very good. Okay, so you said 5 years. You've been in business. Yep. 5 years. What have you learned about yourself in that time?
That it's not possible for me to just side hustle, and that that I just really love it. I've learned that I don't know if I would say entrepreneurial, because they're much bigger risk takers, but I've just learned that I love running businesses and I love everything about business and looking at processes and making things better. And like my own personal life, I have processes and the way that I do things, so it should have been clearer to me ages ago. I wish I'd done this ages ago. And I genuinely get excited. It's my favorite thing, talking to clients about their business and what's annoying and what's working and what's not.
Oh, fantastic. And so with that, now obviously clearly energized by business and loving it, how do you go about your own personal development? What do you do to upgrade yourself constantly?
So I most recently have joined a peer-to-peer board.
Okay.
And that's something that I find invaluable. because I'm not picking a specific, course or soft skill to develop, which are all brilliant, but I'm learning from other people in the room who are going through similar challenges. And it's really interesting because they make you think about your own challenges in different ways. Because when I first started, I kind of thought, oh, I don't need to hear about some random local plumber who can't get clients or whatever. But it's interesting that it then really challenges your thought process and gives you new ways to look at things. So I've been doing that for a few months, and each session I come away with about 50 million action points. So thank God I have a team of VAs, because they can help me do other stuff so that I can be excited about this stuff.
Yeah. So what are some of the challenges your business and industry are facing at the moment?
I think for me as a business, more entrance to market. When I first started in an agency model, it was really only me and one other who was kind of doing that. Slowly, more people are coming in. Part of me is looking over my shoulder, but part of me also knows that before I had this business, I had a career in marketing and a career in senior administration. So I actually know the nuts and bolts before I have the business, where post-COVID, there's been a real explosion of anyone and everyone becoming a virtual assistant. So it's a challenge, but I feel a little bit okay about it. As an industry, some people would say overseas VAs. I don't worry about them because that's a totally different thing that they're offering. I think the main unresolved potential challenge of the future is just disruption of the landscape of hiring team members. At the moment, it's like there's a talent shortage. People want more money. Do we go to contractors? People sort of like contractors. So I have this vision of disrupting the status quo of like, I'm a business, I must have employees, and changing that to we can run a successful, profitable business using contractors like ourselves to build a more full team. So I think the challenge is not knowing where that trend is going to go.
Okay. And so are you describing there like a business would have like a panel of talent they can access as needed? Is that the kind of...
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we offer, rather than, traditionally it's always been, we now have 10 hours of admin. I will hire an admin headcount. We now have a marketing role. I will hire a marketing headcount, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's a challenge, is not knowing where the trend will go, but the opportunity is, my blue sky thinking is I want to disrupt the way that people view it. And just because we've always done it in an employee way doesn't mean we have to moving forward.
Good. That's inspirational. That's nice. The if here's a coach's question for you. If I could click my fingers and solve either you make more money, get more time for yourself, or have a better team, which of those would you like most urgently?
Make more money, more time. Probably more money, only because I'm like everyone, I'm just so worried about what's happening with the interest rates, and I think I have pretty good balance time wise. Obviously I design my work schedule around my family, and I'm able to do everything I want to do with my children, but also have a fulfilling career.
Nice. Yeah. No, that is a common one at the moment. I'd like to get more revenue, get more profit. So yeah. What are you excited about for the future? What does the future hold for Empire?
Something I would like to do is to expand into more business support areas. So we do administration, marketing, and bookkeeping, but I'd really love to also do higher level HR and IT. So those are things kind of in the pipeline. At the moment, our model is purely hourly, paid to the minute, which I will always keep because there are definitely clients who love that. But I also want to develop kind of more of a subscription base, because I'm noticing that with the bigger companies that come in for their boards and their budget, they just kind of need to go, this is what it's going to cost each month.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So developing like a secondary model. I just keep growing. Like, I love the constant improvement of my own business, just as I do for others. So, developing more marketing materials, updating the website, all that kind of stuff is constant.
Yeah, nice. And what's anyone watching this, any business owners, why should they get in touch with you?
Why should they get in touch with me? I think because we can come in and do things for them that they've been wanting to do for so long, but they just don't have the time or they don't value it enough. I think we can provide support. We can get those processes in place, which just will explode their productivity generally. Making sure they have a marketing presence. It's just giving them back their time, and getting them off the tools. So many business owners are still on the tools. If we come in, they can just step back and do all the stuff that, I love doing as well, like the business development and all your marketing stuff.
Excellent. Yeah. So if you're a business out there and want to explode your productivity, your words, Charlie, I'm gonna put I'll put all of the contact details in the show notes. But yeah, that was some great insights. It's really cool how you've carved out a niche. There you're hitting lots of different talent pools, and inspirational to hear about your thoughts about what you want to disrupt in the future. So thank you for this session. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.